This is the story of Jonah and the vine. This is not just about a prophet and a plant. It is about God's mercy, human frustration, and the battle between justice and grace. Jonah had just finished preaching in Nineveh, the great and wicked city. He had walked through its streets, declaring, 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. To his shock and dismay, the people repented, from the greatest to the least. Even the king removed his royal robes, put on sackcloth, and called for a fast. And then the unthinkable happened. God relented. He showed mercy to Nineveh. Jonah was furious. He had not wanted to come to Nineveh in the first place. He had run away, boarded a ship, been thrown into the sea, swallowed by a great fish, and vomited onto dry land. And now, after all of that, God had spared the people he wanted to see punished. So Jonah left the city, angry and frustrated, and sat down east of Nineveh. He built himself a small shelter and waited, perhaps still hoping that God would change his mind and destroy the city. As Jonah sat under the hot sun, God caused a vine to grow overnight. The plant rose up, its leaves spreading wide, providing cool shade over Jonah's head. For the first time in a while, Jonah felt some relief. The vine was a gift, a moment of comfort. Jonah was very happy about the plant. But the next morning, something unexpected happened. God sent a worm, and it attacked the vine, causing it to wither. Then, as the sun rose, God sent a scorching east wind. The blazing heat bore down on Jonah's head, and he grew faint. His relief had turned to misery. Frustrated and exhausted, Jonah cried out, "It would be better for me to die than to live." Once again, Jonah was angry, not just about Nineveh, but about the vine, the worm, the heat, and everything that had happened. God then spoke to him with a question. "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" Jonah, still fuming, replied, "Yes, it is, and I'm so angry I wish I were dead." Then God revealed the heart of the lesson. You have been concerned about this plant, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It sprang up overnight and died overnight. And should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh, in which there are more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left, and also many animals? And just like that, the book of Jonah ends. No response from Jonah, no argument, just that one final question from God. To understand Jonah's reaction, we must look at the relationship between Israel and Nineveh. Nineveh was part of the Assyrian Empire, a brutal, war-driven nation known for its oppression and cruelty. The Assyrians had attacked and terrorized Israel before, and they were hated enemies. Jonah, as an Israelite, was taught to see Nineveh as a lost cause, a city destined for God's judgment. To him, their destruction would have been justice. So, when God spared them, it felt like a betrayal. Jonah was angry because he knew God was merciful, and he didn't think Nineveh deserved it. This short but profound story carries deep lessons about God's mercy, our human tendencies, and the nature of grace. God's mercy is greater than our judgment. Jonah wanted justice. He wanted Nineveh to be punished for its wickedness. But God wanted mercy. Sometimes we are like Jonah, wanting to see people get what they deserve. But God sees the bigger picture and desires redemption over destruction. We care more about our comfort than others' salvation. Jonah cared deeply about the vine because it benefited him. But he did not care about Nineveh, an entire city of people made in God's image. This is a warning for us. Do we value our own comfort and convenience over the souls of others? The story of Jonah and the vine teaches us that God's mercy is bigger than our prejudices, and his plans are greater than our desires. Jonah's anger was small, but God's love was great. Jonah cared about a plant, but God cared about people. And in the end, that is the heart of God, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. 2 Peter 3:9. May we learn from Jonah and align our hearts with the heart of God. If this message blessed you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more powerful Bible stories.